Hello guys, welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links deck analysis, and on today's episode we're checking out the new structure deck, kind of. So first and foremost I want to talk about the structure deck, so let's hop over into the shop, go away, notification for the event. Also the event's going on, it is actually pretty cool. It's a raid duel against Dark Signer Rex Goodwin, pretty cool. But let's talk about this new EX structure deck and what makes it good. I did purchase 3, and overall, most of the cards in here, not that great. You get a powerful rebirth, that's super sick, super dope, super nice, real good. But here we go. The cards that you want to remember and that are really good. First and foremost, good Goblin Housekeeping. It is a card that was banned in the TCG because of the fact that you draw cards equal to the number of good Goblin Housekeeping cards in your graveyard. Then select one card from your hand and return it to the bottom of your deck. So, ultimately, if you have 2 of these in the graveyard, you can draw 3 cards for a +1. You use this, you draw 3 cards, and then you put 1 down, or you put 1 back on the bottom of your deck. It's really good. Talking about that, pretty good. Most of these other cards are okay. Synchro Boost is okay. Clock Resonator, Force Resonator, Tuners, yeah, yada yada. Another tuner. It's okay. Warrior Lady of the Wasteland. She was in one of the boxes. She got reprinted. I think she was in Valhalla Calling as well. She got reprinted into this one. So, she's okay. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Earth Warrior type monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck in face of attack position. Can be used in things that that special summon and then boost up. Or for synchro summons, if that's like the last one that they swing into, you special summon, then you summon a tuner or something like that, and then boom, you have your synchro summon. Not that useful, but I've seen it used in a couple of decks that are pretty interesting. Assault Beast is where we start. This top row is where we start to really get into the good stuff. First of all, discard the card, add an Assault Mode, activate. That's this card. You can use this to tribute to synchro summon monsters or special summon 1 Assault Mode monster whose name whose name includes the tribute summoned monster from your deck in attack position. So you use this. Right now we only have Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode, right? So right now the only way to use this is on this guy. However, seeing as how this is what has come out, I would assume that the next box to come out is going to be more Assault Mode support. Things like Stardust Assault Mode. Things like Red Dragon Assault Mode. I don't really know what else there is out there. Black Rose Dragon Assault Mode or what have you, right? I know Stardust Assault Mode is probably what we are going to get most likely, so expect that within this next box, and that will give us more Assault Mode to use, right? So this already has high potential, right? Then you have Powerful Rebirth. Activate this card by targeting 1 level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. Increase its level by 1 and attack and defense by 100. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. Right? Pretty good. Increase the level. Pretty good. You use it pretty often. But now let's talk about the best card within this deck. Yeah, we have Red Dragon Archfiend. If you don't know what that is, tuner, level 8, destroys defense position monsters. When it swings into a defense position monster, destroys all of them. And then during the end phase, destroy all monsters that did not attack. There you go. Pretty simple. All of your monsters that didn't attack that turn. So, Psy Reflector is the best card within this deck because it is a 1-card synchro summon for any Synchro summon. That doesn't specifically include, a specific tuner or a specific monster, right? So, you have this one card in your hand, and you can Synchro summon Red Dragon. You can Synchro summon Black Rose Dragon. You can Synchro summon Stardust Dragon. You can Synchro summon Black Wing Dragon. You can Synchro summon Samurai Destroyer, or Ancient Fairy Dragon, or Vermilion Dragon Mech, or the list goes on and on. It's insanely good, right? Why does it do this? Here we go. When this card is normal or special summoned, however it's summoned, right? Unless it's flip summoned, that doesn't count. You can add one Assault Mode Activate, or one card that specifically lists Assault Mode Activate in its text, from your deck to your hand, except Psy Reflector. You can reveal one Assault Mode Activate in your hand, then target one monster in your graveyard that specifically lists Assault Mode Activate in its text, except Psy Reflector. Special summon it, and if you do, increase its level by 1 to 4. You can choose. You can increase its level to 1 by 1 or by 4. Now, how does this Synchro summon into something like Red Dragon Archfiend? Well, you've probably already understood. Assault Beast. You search for it using Psy Reflector. You activate this guy's effect to discard the card to grab the Assault Mode Activate. You could literally have one card in your hand to activate this. Then, you activate his effect. You activate Psy Reflector, right? He is a dark, so be aware of that. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, stuff like that, can be negated because of the dark attribute, but also being dark is pretty helpful as well in some other decks. But there you go. You activate this effect. You show the opponent. You don't have to discard the card. You can keep it in your hand, meaning if you were to draw another one of these guys, you would still have the Assault Mode Activate to activate within your hand, right? Activate the effect, summon up the Assault Beast, change it to level 7 by increasing its level by 3 to summon your Red Dragon Archfiend. Pretty insane, right? Well, here we go. You can reveal one Assault Mode in your hand and target one monster in your graveyard that specifically lists it. Special summon it, increase. You can only use the effect once per turn, right? So, activate that. Summon, Synchro summon for Red Dragon Archfiend into, and then you can set the Assault Mode Activate, and then you have next turn a Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode. Now, why is Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode super good? Well, we're going to talk about that in another video where I use a specific Assault Mode deck, but on today's video, we are not doing that. Instead, we are using one of my favorite free-to-play archetypes along with a not free-to-play engine. So we're using Psy Reflector with Aromage, or Aromage, or however the frick you're supposed to say it. So here we go. We're using Fields of the Warrior to get a field spell onto the field, right? Why is that? Aromage uses a field spell that's incredibly useful, Aroma Garden. Once per turn, if you control an aroma monster, you can gain 500 life points. Also, all monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense until the end of your opponent's next turn, even if this card leaves the field. So many people did not read that and tried to get rid of the field spell, and turned out didn't matter. My guys were still boosted. So many people did that. If a face-up aroma monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, gain 1,000 life points. This is pretty good because it allows you to gain life points. All of the Aromage monsters are better when they increase or activate an effect when you increase in life points, when you gain life points, and they're better when you have higher life points than your opponent. So, Kananga, when your life points are higher, all opposing face-up monsters lose 500 attack and defense. Or enemy monsters, I should say. Opponent's monsters. Once per turn, if you gain life points, target a spell or trap card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. That's insane. Yeah, I used that several times to just destroy people, because you send a card back to the hand. Great. It's like a mini Hey Trunade, except it's not, limited. So it's pretty good. Here we go. Jasmine. During your main phase, while your life points is higher than your opponent's, you can normal summon one plant-type monster in addition to your normal summoner set, except Aromage. Once per turn, if you gain life points, draw a card. Pretty simple. Pretty good. Right? We're not running all of the Aromages, but you could if you wanted to. If you wanted to, we go like this. You could run Bergamot. Bergamot's pretty good. Where your life point is higher than your opponent's. If a plant-type monster you control attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. Also, once per turn, if you gain life points, increase the attack and defense of this card by 1,000. So, on top of that, on top of this, you activate this, it becomes a 2,900, and then it boosts up with its effect becoming a 3,900 attack. That gets over Cocytus. That gets over friggin' everything. So, it is good. I just didn't want to run it. You could run it instead of running triple Kananga. You could do that. I really like Kananga. Returning a card back to the hand, pretty good. Then we have Psy Reflector. We're only running one Assault Beast, but we're running triple Psy Reflector and double Assault Mode. That way, if we do happen to have an Assault Mode already within the hand, you can still activate Assault Beast to discard and grab it up. So that's why we're doing that, right? Then we have Rosemary, Aromage Rosemary. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, if a plant-type monster you control attacks, your opponent cannot activate monster effects until the end of the damage step. No Sphere Karibo. No Kiteroid. No Flip-Flop Frog. No nothing. No activated effects. When you swing in, it's insane. I ended up killing someone purely because of this effect. So it's actually really freaking good. You'll see it in one of the replays. But there you go. Really good. Then we're running Offerings of the Doomed. We have a way to draw cards using our Jasmine. So Offerings of the Doomed, again, it's really good. You pop a card on the field, or you pop a monster on the field. It's super nice. There was one time I popped one of the... you'll see in the replay, I pop a Mole Hue and ended up winning because of that. So, there you go. Offerings of the Doomed. Absolutely insane. Aroma Garden, and then Assault Mode activate. And then in the extra deck, we have Vermilion Dragon Mech, Red Dragon Archfiend, Black Rose Dragon, Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon is absolutely key to this because once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand. You can't conduct your battle phase the turn you activate that. That's not the important one. This is the important one. Once per turn, you can destroy as many field spell cards on the field as possible, and if you do, gain 1,000 life points. Then, you can add one field spell card from your deck to your hand, and you will see this come in very handy in a couple of the duels. 3,000 defense, pretty freaking good. Doesn't get destroyed by, like, anything, right? Unless it is boosted up because of the 3,000 defense. And if you boost it up with Aroma Garden, it is now 3,500. It's an insanely good defensive monster. So there you go. Samurai Destroyer needs no introduction. You swing in, can't activate anything when you swing into a monster. You'll see me use that as well. And then Psyhemoth to get over Cocytus. That's the only reason it's there. Psyhemoth, swing in, banish the monster as well as this card. Pretty frickin' simple. That's the extra deck. Honestly, if I had Brionac, the new card within the newest box, the new Synchro monster, this guy, Brionac Dragon of the Ice Barrier. You can discard any number of cards to the graveyard, then target the same number of cards your opponent controls. Return those cards to the hand. Pretty freaking good. If I had that, I would probably run that over Psyhemoth. However, Psyhemoth does get over the Cocytus. So, it works out. And then obviously you have like Red Dragon Archfiend, and you can just boost up for stuff like that. And again, if you want more options, you could get rid of the Psyhemoth, play Brionic, and then you could take out a Kananga to play a Bergamot, and then that's another way to get over Cocytus. But let's hop into some of the replays. They're real good. Alright guys, so here we are facing off against a Yugi Moto, right? So, start off the duel, reactivate Fields of the Warrior. He does not activate Grandpa's cards, which means that's what we don't have to deal with Exodia. But we activate our Psy Reflector, send Assault Beast, grab up. See, we started with an Assault mode in our hand. That's disappointing. Now we have the second Assault mode. Activate Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon, destroy the field spell. Grab up the Aroma Garden. Activate. Grab up our Rosemary. I set it into defense position. It's going to flip up. So be careful with this. When you gain HP, you have to change a monster's battle position on the field. It is not optional. You have to do it. So be aware of that. I should have set it into attack position and then switched it to defense, but ultimately it didn't matter all that much. So he sets a card, that's fine. We activate Aroma Garden. We have Kananga, Rosemary, all of that. We flip up our guy, activate Aroma Garden, boost up, swing in. Now, since we're plant type, real quick, I see the Kiteroid. His Battery Man Microcell didn't activate because we swung in with the Rosemary, right? Swung in with the Rosemary, popped it, nothing happened, right? Wasn't able to special summon it. Then we swung in with Kananga, dealt 24, couldn't respond. Now he has Kiteroid. Ancient Fairy Dragon is a dragon type, not a plant, meaning he can use that. Now it's his turn. He scoops it. He realizes we got him because of Rosemary's effect. Rosemary's effect is really good right now because, once again, can't activate monster effects. Let's hop into the next one. Alright, so now we are up against a Dark Signer Carly Carmine. Pretty good. Win and you'll gain a rank. Well, we're going to have to stop that, even though I love Fortune Ladies. So here we go. She starts, sets 2 cards. We activate our Psy Reflector. Activate Assault Beast. Grab up Assault Mode activate. Psy Reflector, show, grab up. Grab our Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon activate, destroy the field spell. Summon Aroma Garden. Activate the effect to special summon Jasmine onto the field. Then, using Jasmine's first effect, we can normal summon another one. Normal summon Rosemary. Rosemary activate. We switch our Ancient Fairy Dragon into attack position. I should have switched Rosemary into defense position. I thought we could swing in. That was my bad. You skip your battle phase. The turn you activate Ancient Fairy Dragon's second effect. So, there you go. Activates Light. We do have a Offerings of the Doomed set. So what we do is we pop past. Then she tributes off her... This is pretty interesting. She tributes off her... her light. Which means we still pop past to grab our Ancient Fairy Dragon. Then she pops the Aroma Garden, thinking that both of our guys would decrease in strength. That's not the case. Even if this card leaves the field, you still get the effect. You still are boosted, right? Thinking they could swing in, they can't since they stole it at 2100. Means that we get it. But now they're at 5,000 life points, meaning we can't really just swing in and win. Right? So, we activate Aroma Garden. Boost up. Draw a card. Flip. We'll flip it back up. I do not want to put this into attack position, but it's okay. We boost up using Aroma Garden, and we get Drowning Mirror Forced. I kind of knew, since there was no lag, that was going to be a Drowning Mirror Force, but I swung in anyway, because we still had more options. We can double summon our Kananga, right? They have no set cards. We swing in, Kiteroid, swing in again, doesn't activate Kiteroid, that's fine. Banishes 2 to summon Chaos Sorcerer. Chaos Sorcerer in a Fortune Lady deck, ladies and gentlemen. Friggin' weird. They summon a Fortune Lady every. Oh no. What are we gonna do? This is actually really tricky for us. They swing in. This was a huge mistake. I have no idea what they were doing. But they swing in to our Jasmine rather than our Kananga. Anyway, we boost up. Kananga, there's no return, but we draw a card. We set a card. We set this because we needed to for Psy Reflector, right? We'll be able to grab up Psy Reflector and the Assault Beast, and you'll see what happens here. It's pretty good. So here we go. 9,000 life points. We use Psy Reflector. We grab our Assault Beast. We boost up to level 6 to grab a Samurai Destroyer. Samurai Destroyer is insane against Fortune Ladies because it negates their effect, making it so that they have 0 attack and defense. Absolutely insane. Super nice. Now we flip it up. We flip up our Jasmine and activate the Aroma Garden so that we can boost up our Samurai Destroyer so that when we swing in, we can just straight up kill her, and boom, there we go. I didn't want to swing in. There was no delays on that back row, so I knew it was something like a Wall of Disruption or a Drowning Mirror Force again. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to kill her right then and there, so it was very good that I was able to set that card and keep it on the field, because then when I flipped summon the Jasmine, I was able to boost up the Samurai Destroyer and swing in for lethal. So there we go. Very useful. Samurai Destroyers, absolutely insane against Fortune Ladies. There you go. We get the win. Next one. Alright, this one's actually pretty funny. So here we go. We're up against Astro Phoenix. It's pretty insane. Start out with Fields of the Warrior. We activate. We send Aroma Garden. Boost up. Grab up another card. Summon our Rosemary. He activates nothing. Perfect. That's great. Boost up. Switch a card into defense. We grab up another Aroma Garden. Absolutely insane. We summon after we had already used the first one, so now we flip it back up into attack position, and then we grabbed all 3 of our Aroma Gardens, and I realized no matter what happens, since he has no back row, we can swing in for lethal. And he realizes this too, because as soon as we swing into that first card, he's like, oh crap, I have nothing. We had 3,300 Rosemary, a second 3,300 Rosemary, and a Jasmine at 1,600. That is well over 4,000, and we swing in, just absolutely demolished. I found that very funny. That's that's what can happen sometimes with Aromages. So there you go. Alright, and now we're facing off against a Yami Yugi, which means we're most likely going to be facing off against meta. Right? Dark Lords, invoked, most likely invoked. It's probably invoked. It's invoked. Let's not beat around the bush. Right? Psy Reflector, here we go. Assault Beast, Synchro Summon into the Ancient Fairy Dragon. I wanted to say Rose Fairy Dragon, but that's not right. Ancient Fairy Dragon into defense position. Destroy the field spell. Grab up the field spell. Activate the effect. Special Summon Jasmine. Now we go first, which means it's pretty good. We boost up. We draw a card. Awesome. We now have a follow-up with our Psy Reflector. We draw a card, he Cosmic Cyclones, as we activate our Aroma Garden. Depressing. We play another one, activate it, he Cosmic Cyclones again, putting him at 2,000 life points, which is his ultimate downfall. We activate Offerings of the Doomed. He can't flip himself face down, meaning we swing in for lethal with our Ancient Fairy Dragon. He decided to change the Aromage Kananga for freaking reasons. I have no idea why. He definitely should have done the Ancient Fairy Dragon, because like I could still swing in, and so I don't know what he was thinking there. I don't know why he chose Kananga, but he did. That was foolish on his part. We activated our Offerings of the Doomed, which doomed him. So there you go. It's a pretty simple deck. It's really fun. Let's hop back into the deck real quick. So here we go. Looking at the deck, honestly, it's super fun. It's super nice, super useful, super great. Definitely King of Games worthy. If you want to run it, absolutely do so. Is the new EX structure deck worth it? Probably. It's not the best one to come out. Ancient Gears is probably the best one to come out because you can basically just make a deck straight up from that, right? With Gear Town, Ancient Gear, Reactor Dragon, and Ancient Gear Wyvern, and then you just need like D-Spell or Double Cyclone, which are both pretty easy to get. So overall, it's not the best deck, but Psy Reflector in and of itself is super good for Synchro summoning. And if you like Synchro summons, definitely get this deck. I love Synchro summonings, so I definitely got it. I was super excited. I loved it. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Play it. Run it. Super fun. If you want to play an extra Assault Beast, you can do that. If you want to play a Bergamot, you can do that. There are a lot of different options, different variations. You can run... I would run triple Offerings of the Doomed, taking out a Kananga. You could run a Red Dragon Assault, or Red Dragon Archfiend Assault mode if you wanted to, instead of the Kananga. You could run, again, Bergamot. You could run Brionic. You could run... There are a lot of different options, different variations to this. This is what I had available. I only have the 2 Offerings of the Doomed. So there you go. But overall, I really enjoyed it. It's really fun. It's really fun to see someone not know how this works and absolutely never ever play around it. So there you go. Hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much so appreciated. And if you want to see more content like this, just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.